Hello, we are in conversation with Mr. Ishwar Chugani of Giordano. Heartiest congratulations. It's a pleasure to have you with
Thank you.
us.
Thank
So
you.
tell us about your role at Giordano.
Well, I've been with the group for the last 31 years,
Sure.
having set up the Middle East business, the GCC, and also the expansion from the Dubai office. I also served as an executive director on the board for
Wow.
many years, and I'm also part of the global managing committee that works on the group strategy and expansion along with my colleague Mark and our COO Gary and our chairman.
I believe you've been featured on Forbes also as top 25.
I think so.
That's
I think
wonderful.
Google knows that, not me.
That's wonderful. So India is a cluttered market. So how do you see competition in India evolving?
See, competition will always come. Competition is actually what fuels us to do better.
Right.
Uh, 30 years ago, when we entered Dubai, there were no other international brands. Today, we're
Sure.
competing with over 300 brands, larger stores, larger budgets, hypermarkets, mobile phones, everything else, but yet we're showing numbers that are the best ever in our history.
Right.
So without competition, we remain stagnant, and competition keeps us on our toes. There's a lot to learn from each other, and that's what moves us forward.
Earlier this morning, you mentioned world is like a jungle.
Yes, that question keeps coming up. Are you not scared of the big guys?
Right.
Well, the world is like a jungle. You have elephants who are big, who are loud, but they move slowly. They may have
Right.
bigger budgets, they take on bigger space. We
Mm-hmm.
look at ourselves as monkeys, quick, flexible, agile. We go where
Right.
nobody dares to go,
Sure.
and we are able to take quick decisions. And that's how we have grown to all these countries where as first mover advantage. We were the first to come to the Gulf, we were the first to come to all these markets, and we will continue to do that.
Wonderful. And talk to us about the Harvard Business case study.
Yes, for many people who don't know, in 1994, Harvard Business School did a whole study on Giordano, and that time the company was fairly new.
Right.
Talked about its just-in-time inventory, its legendary customer service, its focus on simplicity, all those things. And it's always available that we can share if anybody's interested. And it's funny because having been with the group for 30 years and reading that and reading what our current chairman, Dr. Peter Lau, has been sending us, it's like for me something I go back because
Right.
retail is always back to basics. I actually worry about terms like AI because it's artificial. I
Right.
believe on real intelligence, which is on the ground.
Right. So rightly
So I'm
said.
still a very much traditionally a merchant,
Sure.
back to basic retailer. Yes, we have the team that handles the technology and innovation, but we still focus on what the customer wants.
Sure.
That's the most important.
Right. What are your key ingredients as in success story? The secret sauce, probably.
I will always tell people there are always three things every great retailer has to do.
Sure.
Number one, identify what's important. Number two, make it obvious. And number three, make old new again. How do you keep selling the same products over and over again? How does McDonald's keep selling the same burgers over and over again?
Right.
How does
Perfection.
Madonna reinvent herself? Brands like Skechers, Volkswagen. So you need to always keep doing something new, but within your domain, and let people understand.
Right. And what's your leadership mantra?
For me, be
Yes.
yourself.
Super. Be original.
Yeah.
And what is your vision for next 3 years?
Next 3 years is quite exciting. There's so much opportunity to grow the brand globally. India is the most exciting thing that's happened to us. So we will give a lot of support for India, and we're looking at other markets in Africa and Central Asia.
And what's your message for the upcoming entrepreneurs?
Patience, perseverance, passion, people.
Okay. Wonderful. On that note,
Profit comes after. The
right,
fifth
that
P.
follows.